Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, October 22nd, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures are popping here. They're up about 5.5 points before the opening bell to 1743 and 3/4. Not a bad little move. The market really spiked after the job report was announced. So today we have a rare Tuesday morning U.S. Labor Department non-farm payroll report. The report came out, I believe it was pretty weak, and the market loves it. Market just thinks that QE3 infinity is here to stay. It looks like the U.S. government added, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 148,000 jobs in the month of September. So I don't know how much we could take from it or derive from it, but nonetheless, the market is moving up on that news. So we'll just have to sit tight and see how this all plays out. But just 148,000 jobs in the month of September. But it tells the market that the Federal Reserve will not be tapering quantitative easing anytime soon, so they'll continue to print the $85,000 a month that they've been printing since September of 2012. So, long story short, market loves it. Was getting a pop. We'll see how the market plays out once the opening bell rings. You do have markets in Europe that are higher across the board, not by much, but they are all slightly higher. And Asia was a mixed bag of tricks last night. You did have the Shanghai Composite trading lower by about 0.8%. So that's something to take note of, but I don't think it's going to be a big event, at least for today. But the Shanghai definitely under some weakness recently. Looking over the U.S. markets today, we have a lot of stocks reporting earnings. I'll give you some notable ones. Is VMware. VMware reporting earnings. The stock traded at or I should say closed yesterday around $82.71. It is trading around $90.37. I have to say, I think the levels here for VMware are limited to the upside. I do have some gap levels that we could trade off of this one, so they'll be posted up in the chat room at around 9 o'clock in the morning. Right now it is 8:51 a.m. I also am looking at Netflix today. Netflix had a soaring and roaring move yesterday. You could see that the stock really caught a big bid after reporting earnings. Stock closed at $355 yesterday. It is trading at $384. Again, Netflix is way overcooked here, so I don't know how much upside is left in the cards here, but nonetheless, stock is making new all-time highs. Looking at another one here that we're going to have some gap levels for will be Coach. Coach was down earlier, and now the stock has reversed to the upside, so decent little move on Coach. I'm not sure how much upside the stock has, but I was looking for a gap level to buy the equity. Now it has rallied already over the past 20-30 minutes, so it has now moved higher. We're going to leave that one alone, but I have to say Coach looks a little bit overbought here. Freeport-McMoRan is another stock that reported earnings, and the list goes on and on. I'm just giving you the most notable names, the ones that I will be looking at this morning for potential trades. And Freeport is getting a nice little bid. I do have some gap resistance levels for Freeport Mac, though, going forward. So come on over to the chat room. We're going to have those levels posted right at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we do have a lot of stocks on the move today. There are many, many others as well, but these are the most notable names that I'm just showing you, at least at this morning. Looking at oil today, oil is trading down just a touch. So light sweet crude falling not by much, but light sweet crude is down about 7 cents to 99.61 a barrel. It is below that $100 psychological level. So light sweet crude just pulling back a little bit. We can't make too much out of it. Here's the USO. You can see the USO is trading right around the 35.92 level. So in the money stocks traders, we were short oil. We did cover half of that position yesterday. Now we'll see if oil can go a little bit lower, but I have to think that oil at this stage of the game can still get some bounces. We're nearing some support levels. Looking over at gold, gold had a big roaring and soaring move earlier. It's only up about $11.80 now to $1,327.70. But you'll take a look here at the GLD this morning and get a good view of the big spike in gold after the job report. And that just tells us Fed's going to do more money printing. Also take a look at the dollar yen. You're going to find this to be interesting. So here's the dollar yen chart. Dollar yen immediately sold off. I mean, it was just a big 2-bar spike down, and now it's recovering, moving back to the upside. So remember, when the dollar yen goes lower, this is dollar yen chart. When dollar yen goes lower, that is a positive for gold. So when the dollar yen falls, gold goes higher. When the dollar yen starts to increase and trade higher, that is a negative for gold. So right now, dollar yen with that big dramatic sell-off, and now it's bouncing back up. That was a positive move for gold, and gold spiked higher. You could just see it even in the GLD, how GLD is starting to come back in now, and really spiked all the way to 129, now coming back in as the dollar yen is getting a bounce. So it's going to be an interesting play here over the next several days when you watch gold, watch this dollar yen. The currency world is really the final dictator over what happens in the gold market, and that's how you want to view it. As I said before, there are a lot of stocks reporting earnings. The job report was pretty weak. It looks like the market likes it so far. I don't know if they're going to like it once the opening bell rings and you get the real institutions to come in and step in. But nonetheless, we have a ton of stocks out here with earnings. Whirlpool, Radio Shack, DuPont. We talked about VMware, United Technologies, Lockheed Martin. I mean, it just doesn't end. Texas Instruments, Netflix. Just a ton of stocks out here today. So we should get good morning volatility. And really, that's all we're looking for as day traders. Just looking to feast off of the morning volatility, and we'll take it from there. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here, short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and I'll see you on the charts.